Want a fresh idea for using up these bits and pieces of scrap paper? This is the video for you. It's actually the first in a series of 12 I'm going to be doing. Today is our Tuesday tips. It's actually Wednesday. But we're gonna, every Friday and Tuesday, I'm gonna, for the next few weeks, show you a different way to use up your little bits and pieces of scrap paper. Welcome, welcome. I'm Dawn, creator of DD Creates Crafts, and this is the channel for simple, duplicatable cards you can feel confident making. If this is the type of channel that you are interested in and have been looking for, go ahead and hit the subscribe right now. All right, before we get started, be sure to watch till step 4, where we reveal the secret to success. Are you ready to create some crafts? Let me turn you down. Turned you down too far. All right, there we go. I'm looking, making sure we're all straight. Okay, what I want you to do is gather up your scraps, bits and pieces. If you have bigger pieces, save those. That's going to be for another video because, well, I'm not even going to tell you what we're going to do with it. This is for the bits and pieces that you saved them because they're big enough to save, yet they're too small to do anything with, really. So gather some that they do not have to be from the same package because Stampin' Up! Is so awesome and color coordinates all our packages of designer series paper. So I intentionally grab different packages to show you how we can still do this and how you can use your stash that you already have of your bits and pieces of scrap paper. So grab your bits and pieces, save the bigger pieces and save your strips because that's, again, two different, like this, strips. These are, again, going to be two different videos in our series of how to use strips, how to use the bigger pieces, and this today is going to focus on just scraps. Now, some of my scraps I stamped on, and I'm still going to use those. They're my favorites, but use these too. Use these too. Now, what are we going to do? Again, we're going to use scraps. So what I did, your first step is I want you to grab a piece of 8.5 by 11, not cardstock, printer paper or thin cardstock. This is just an old receipt from Kohl's. And it doesn't matter which side I use, really. It's not going to show. So let's get started, and I'm going to teach you what we're going to do. Now, I mentioned Stampin' Up! Color coordinates their designer series paper, their pattern paper. I am a Stampin' Up! Independent demonstrator. If you don't already have a demonstrator, I'd love to help you with your crafty needs. And with these videos, just show and tell, a fun way for you to learn paper crafting, learn card baking, and just make it simple for yourself. All right, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make our own designer series paper by gluing these bits and pieces down to a piece of printer paper. In this case, it's an old receipt from Kohl's. You can use anything you want. The main thing is that it's thin because we're gonna be overlapping these and that's gonna add some bulk. And the other thing, it could be scrap, you know, a scrap piece of old mail. And I am a little bitty bit gonna extend it beyond the edge because you'll see why when we get to it. You can see I'm biased already how much I love these little pieces that have my stamping on it. You know, most all mine are, ooh, I may turn it this way, you guys. Yes, can you see I'm overlapping? That's what adds a little bit of thickness to your cardstock that we're working on. So that is why, oh, I think I'll go this way just to cover that up. That is why I wanted you to use something very thin like the printer paper. And I'm just gluing it with no rhyme or reason. I am looking a little bit, make sure it looks stinking cute. However, I am, ooh, purple look pretty. I think I'll use that other side. Isn't that a hoot? Yeah, let's do it right there. What is beneath me is a silicone pad and nothing sticks to this. Glue does not stick to this because I didn't want the glue to stick to my paper underneath. And hot glue does not stick to this and tape runner does not stick to this. I think it's just $6, so it's not expensive. It's not gonna break your budget. but it's very handy to have in your crafty supply chest there. And yeah, let me go this way. I think you'll find you're using it often like I am. Don't get as technical and picky as I am. Isn't that funny? I think I'll do that one, bring out some more purple. And there's a pretty peach on back. So this particular one, I could do either side. And the other thing I'm gonna show you, I did one, I'm not gonna do this whole thing. You'd be with me on this video for like hours. And I don't wanna keep you all day. However, oopsie, here we go. I wanted to show you the general idea and get you started and show you how to do it. That almost blends too much, but I think I'm okay with it. Did I? Oh, that's a little polka dotty, but that's cute, isn't it? I'll do that. I'm gonna do it this way because I don't want to cover up that angle. I really like how messy this looks. When the finished product you're gonna love because it looks so messy. You're gonna be like, oh, I love that. And I'm gonna be, right, told you so. All right, let's put this over here. I think I'm gonna do half a page for you, and I'm trying to do a little bit fast. I try to keep my videos so you're not having to scroll through it to get to the bullet point. Okay, guilty, guilty, guilty. I've done it myself. It's like, get to the good stuff. This I cut along the actual scallop, and yes, I just fussy cut that myself because I wanted the little points to show. I just think that's cute as a button. If I can find my other one, here it is. Isn't that cute? So maybe I'll stick that up there, and I think I will. I don't want to cover it up though. I'm gonna do it this way. Duh, figured it out. You guys, you are literally, by doing this technique with your scrap paper, making your own designer series paper. Can you see how we're multiplying and extending the use of what we already have in our stash, because we're using scrap paper to make paper we can use again versus, I gotta throw that away. And there is a point in life where, I just want a little square for that, you guys, where I'm gonna be like, okay, throw it away. Probably for the most part, I wouldn't save something that small, and I just cut it that small to put it in this little white spot and cover it up. But, ta-ta-da. This I'm calling my spring summer, and you'll see the other one where I did it for what I'm calling fall winter. So I will share that one with you as well. That'll look pretty there, don't you think? I do too. Yeah, I'm gonna do it on an angle a little bitty bit. So we're still on step 2. This is a long step where we're just literally doing nothing but gluing our bits and pieces of scraps down. Now I could do this like this, or I could chop this up. It might be fun to chop it up, you guys. I might even do it a little bit shaped like the paper, not the paper, my little stamp, just to add a little more excitement. All right, that I think I'll do right there. And I love having the stripes and the geometrics along with the solid color paper. It just, to me, adds so much excitement. And visualize, we could do this for shabby chic as well, don't you think? That'd be gorgeous. So I'll do that one day where we can just use the neutrals and add some lace to the final product, because yes, we are gonna make a card out of this. And I just wanted to get us started. Oh, that's pretty, isn't it? I just need a little corner. So I'm actually gonna make my own little baby corner to fit right there, because I like all these and I want them to show. Oh, I see, look at the back's purple. That would have been beautiful. All right, I'm gonna do it like that. A little more here and here, and then we are gonna rock and roll, and I'm gonna show you the very next step. That's kind of a pretty peach, isn't it? I'm feeling it add feeling the need to add a little more lavender too. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but this peach is actually a different pattern than this peach. Just wanted to point that out to you. So I am looking to see if I have any more of my purple. Yeah, pay dirt. I think I'll do that just like that. There's no rhyme or reason, but I do try to space out, like say the purple, I don't want all purple across. You might, and that'd be lovely. All right, should I put, you know me, I love these little pattern things. I like that, so I'm gonna do it again on this one. Not to fussy cut out the flower, but just to do a little bit of design element to the actual scrap that we're gluing down. I just think fun, that is so stinking fun. All right, let me do a little more, and then I'm not gonna finish it, I promise. I probably should, but I'm just concerned with how much time it would take, and I wanted to share with you some of the cards that you can make with it and how you can make cards with it. So I do recommend glue for this. I have not even tried, Honest Engine, the tape runner, but I like the glue, like I've shared before, because it, it will move, it's movable, it's flexible. Now, I shared with you I stick all the edges out. So what I'm gonna do is turn it upside down and use my poor little Kohl's receipt as a template and just cut off as best I can and as straight as I can all the excess scraps that are hanging over the edge. And I like when they hang over the edge because I then know I didn't miss any at the top. And this is so random, I don't want to have to worry about lining it up, even though we could. And you've seen me teach you how to line up cardstock using the paper trimmer. You've seen me do that in other videos. So I'm going to try to clear my clutter away for you. All right, so we have half a sheet. What I would do if this was completed is cut it as if I'm cutting cardstock to make a card. So I would cut it at my 5 and, you know what? I'm going to change my mind and correct that. Let's cut it at 5 1/4 because I know I automatically want to make this into card layers for card bases. So I just cut it 5 1/4. I'm going to turn it and cut it at 4. And you can pick and choose which side. Ooh, no, I'm gonna flip because I wanted the little words to show. Isn't that funny? Now, this piece you could save and maybe use as a strip, but I'm just gonna throw it away, but that's personal preference for you. There's gotta be a limit in how many scraps we save, right? So this is what you're gonna have with the one piece of 8.5 by 11 Kohl's receipt. When I finish, I'll have 2 more layers. So these are gonna be stunning on some cardstock, And I'm gonna share with you some of the other ones that I did. Yeah, you can see that. These I finished, and these I'm calling my fall winter because I went a little darker with my scraps. And excuse me, please. I experimented, you guys. We want the focus, the star of the show to be the background. We worked hard on that, right? So do you a label. I do the Stitch So Sweetly labels. Stamp a sentiment, a pretty image, tie a bow, or just do a ribbon, tie a knot. But I tried and experimented with doing some dies behind it. It's too busy. This is as busy as I got. With the label, I cut a layer, let me see if you can see it, from some print cardstock that's actually right here. And you've seen me do this technique in a different, in another Tuesday tip. So if you enjoy Tuesday tips, go to that playlist. Then this is a die cut. These stamps I'm using are called Quiet Meadow. I just pronounced that funky, Quiet Meadow. And it's a bundle if you want the dies to go with it. It is on sale right now. It's 20% off. So I say that because this little butterfly I cut from one of the die cuts, and then just some black thread over the ribbon. The ribbon, I didn't love this color, so I wanted to dilute this color with some black. And sometimes you'll just do that. And I did like the funky fun of a print ribbon with the background. Now, 2 I have not made is the pink one, because look, I love that. That's when I stamped on it already. I did find, because look, I did find layering the label helps set the label apart. So some way, somehow, I do recommend that you layer your labels. And I do like to add the ribbon, whether you go vertically, horizontally. I think I'll go horizontally with this card because I'm so in love with my stamped flowers right there. And this color pink doesn't match this color pink, but this does. So I feel like it helps pull it all together. Then another one I made, I went with a yellow theme. Same 4 layers. Let me pull that in. Same 4 layers. It was 1 sheet of paper that I did this technique with that I just shared with you. And these are the 2 of the layers of the 4, the other 2 cards that I worked with. I just haven't finished this one. So I'll stamp this and finish it and get it up on Pinterest for you. But again, look how stinking cute. I went with the print ribbon. This is like Bumblebee gingham, so cute. I did go with print cardstock for the back layering of my label, and I'll stamp a sentiment on that. Now this sentiment, I did stamp some of the flowers, but I stamped off. That's like 2nd and 3rd generation of stamping. Again, I've taught this on some Tuesday Tips videos. So tell me, we are done. This is step 5. You now have new designer series paper from just bits and pieces of scrap paper that what else would we do with it but throw it away? So tell me in the comment section, what are you going to use your layers for? What are you going to make? Are you going to do the lighter spring, summer, which we probably should do because we're entering St. Patrick's Day and Easter and coming into our nice weather. And this, I just wanted to do some darker ones just to show you some variety. So remember, this month, the month of March of 2022, the Stampin' Mini Cut and Emboss machine is 20% off. That is such a deal. It's never gone on sale before. It's while supplies last. It's a literal cut and emboss machine, but it's about this big. It's so portable. It'd be great for crops and retreats and workshops and to take along with you. Maybe on a vacation where, okay, yes, a lot of times I make crafts on vacations. So I want you to check that out. And that is all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed it. Come back Friday. I have another secret success tip for you about how to use your scrap paper. Because remember, today is day 1 of 12 videos for how to use up your scraps. All right, remember, tell me in the comments section what you're going to make. And remember to subscribe. Love you guys. Bye.